Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the storage hole in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. How are you guys doing out there today, man? You guys having a good day? You guys got a tasty beverage? You guys got a crunchy snack? Are you guys ready for some Minecraft survival? Oh man, I'm in the mood. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning. I've been working real hard here in the storage hole for the last couple of hours. And we've got some important work to do today, guys. Sit back and relax, man. I got a cup of delicious coffee over here. Give me 1 second. There we go. I'm literally about a week away from my holiday starting. I'm super excited, guys. Getting over to South Africa to spend Christmas with my family and to get into the summer sun. It is going to be amazing, man. I am freezing my Cyberdog butt off here in England today, guys. In fact, it's been pretty ridiculously cold for the last week or so, so I cannot wait to get to the southern hemisphere, get some sun on my freaking face. Anyway, take a look at this. I've been hard at work here in the storage hole for the last couple of hours, guys. I have been sorting out some of the items in our world. We've got chests all over the place, man. It is getting kind of ridiculous, and I decided to spend a little bit of time today getting some things sorted out. I want to show you exactly how I have categorized my things in the storage hole. And I want to do a little bit of work on the interior over here. Got some nice ideas from you guys too. But guys, today, that is not our primary task. Today, we are going to take a step toward getting our mine up and running. The mines of the dog. We've been working down there for a little bit. Last episode, we worked on the beautiful mine shaft that is going to be delivering items up and down from the mining area. Today, we're going to get the entire system functioning so that we can start sending items from the mine all the way up here into this chest so that we can actually start collecting and storing some items in the storage hole. So we've got lots of stuff to do today, guys. It's going to be freaking sweet, man. Sit back, relax, and yeah, let's do this thing, baby. Take a look at this. I have been categorizing some of the items up here. This is the biggest part of our storage hole right here. And what I've decided to do is try and make it work in a smart way, right? I know it's just chests with items in it, but we can make our life in Minecraft much easier if we make sure that our storage facilities are designed in such a way that it helps us out in the game. So what I've got on this side, as we come into this section of the storage hole, is all of our most commonly used blocks over here. We've got cobblestone, we've got stone, we've got gravel, 0 gravel right now, which is bad considering we need to make a railway line. We've got some mossy cobblestone over here, some andesite and some dirt. On the other side, we've got the refined versions of these blocks. So we've got our stone bricks, we've got our cracked stone, we've got our chiseled stone, we've got our polished andesite, we've got our slabbage over here, and we've got our glass, right? These two sides are probably going to be the most blocks, or the blocks that we use the most in the series, rather. So for efficiency's sake, as we come up the stairs, we have direct access to those blocks. If we go to the next segment, then we start getting into the lesser used blocks. We've got some coarse dirt, sand, we've got obsidian over there, diorite and granite, which we'll probably never use, but you know, we're going to be collecting them anyway. And then on this side, we've got the other versions of the stone and stuff. So we've got the stairs, we've got the fences, we've got the slabs and whatnot. Now, deep inside of this section of the storage hole, now we come to the more interesting things. We've got our nether rack, our soul sand, our nether bricks, and all of the different variations of nether brick over here. And we've got a whole bunch of different areas here that we can actually use too. Haven't quite worked out what I want to do with those sections just yet, but that's looking pretty sweet. Now, let's go deeper into the storage hole. I want to show you guys some of the other storage categorizations that I've sorted out over here. In this little pocket, we've got some of the more expensive and rare stuff. We've got iron, we've got gold, we've got emeralds and diamonds. We've got no diamonds right now, guys, and man, we need to start mining really quickly. The Derpinator has taken some serious damage. He needs to get himself prepared, so we need to start mining some diamonds here too. On this side, we've got our redstone stuff. Haven't quite sorted all of this out yet, but redstone, rails, storage, buckets and tools and whatnot, and books and stuff for enchanting. That's looking pretty good. Now, let's take ourselves all the way up to the final big wing of the storage hole right here. And this is where I'm storing all of the wood. So each of the different wood types has been given its own segment. As you can see over here, we got dark oak wood. Then we got the leaf of the certain wood type that we're storing here. We got the saplies. We got all the fences and the fence gates. We got the slabs and the stairs over here. And then, of course, we got the planks over here. So each of the different woods has got their own section. We got oak here. We got spruce. We got the dark oak wood loggage. And we got the birch on this side. We're missing 2 different types of wood over here, guys. We still need to find find ourselves acacia, and we need to find ourselves jungle, and then this side of the storage hole anyway will be completed, right? Looking pretty sweet. Now, I want to make a few adjustments to the storage hole over here for the first thing that we're going to do in today's episode. Let's pick ourselves up a little bit of spruce, a little bit of dark oak wood here, and while I've been working on these storage areas in the storage hole, I've realized something, man. I want to install a crafting table in each of the areas where we could potentially do some crafting, right? This is going to make our life a lot easier. If we come here and we need to make something out of oak, or we need to make something out of dark oak wood or whatever, we're going to have access to the crafting table right here, which I think is just a clever way to optimize our Minecraft experience. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Let's pop a crafting table right over here, baby. Looking real good. So now wherever we go, we should have access to a crafting table. Looks kind of cool in the floor there too. I like that. And what I do want to do, guys, is make for myself a couple of these spruce wood stairs, and I want to try a little something with you. I also want to get, maybe we should pick up some of these oak wood logs too. I've got the dark oak wood logs. Maybe we pick up another stack of that, because I've got some ideas to sort of spruce up the look of the storage hole around here, right? Let's get a couple more crafting tables installed, though. I probably need to do another 4 or 5 crafting tables. Let's just make quite a few of these, and we can go and install these around the storage hole. Now, I really love how the storage hole is turning out. I think it's looking real great, man. And you know, now that we've completely covered it in dirt, is it nighttime outside? Oh, it is nighttime. That's not good. But now that we've completely covered it and turned it into a mountain, it really does feel to me like we're underground right now, and I think that's really cool. When we're in here, it's starting to feel like, yes, we are actually underground, and I kind of like that. Oops, that's not good. Let's just waste a couple of blocks over there, and let's get that in there. Also, this is probably needs to be a spruce, right? Yeah, this needs to be a spruce, so let's replace that, and there we go. Now we got access. I don't know if we're going to need a crafting table in this area, but hey, maybe we will. Anyway, the place is looking real good, but a couple of you guys have been saying in the comments, Ren, the storage hole is looking a little bit woody. There's a lot of plankage, a lot of the same kind of blocks everywhere. It's looking a little bit janktastic right now, Ren. We think that you need to add a little bit of variation up in this business, and I couldn't agree more. Let's add a crafting table over there, and maybe another crafting table right in the middle over here, right? Yeah, that feels like a good spot for a crafting table. Is that directly in the middle? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now wherever we are in the storage hole, we can actually do some crafting. Actually, we probably want to add another crafting table into each of these segments, right? That feels like a good plan. And yeah, we're just going to have to waste a few more of these blocks. That's okay. There we go. We'll have one there, one there. So whatever segment that we're working in, we've got access to the crafting table that we need, right? Let's plonk another one over here. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so I was thinking, what we could do with regards to block variation is we could have a think about exactly how the storage hole has been made, right? So this storage hole's clearly been made out of trees. We've got these big log pillars over here that are sort of holding the roof up. And what we could potentially do here, just to add a bit of block variation into the build, is maybe every now and then we could replace one of these spruce pillars with some dark oak wood, right? And as we can see, the dark oak wood looks very similar to the spruce, really, and we should probably do this side too, actually. Just so that it's nice and consistent throughout. But to me, the dark oak... Oops. Wow. That was a bit... Okay, there we go. There we go, Red. Nice. Freaking supposed to be a pro Minecrafter, but apparently you still suck at this game. But anyway, the dark oak wood just looks like a sort of... I don't know, almost like a dried out version of the spruce wood, right? And if we just add that every now and then, I think that looks really cool. I was thinking that we could get a little bit crazy also, and every now and then we could add an oak wood beam here, right? I don't know, this might be a little bit too much. Let's experiment. Let's get a dark oak wood beam in this position, and that's really going to change the look of this particular passageway, right? Let's just make sure it's all changed up like this. And yeah, that's really, really extreme. But that might look really, really sweet. Let's finish this off. Let's have a look at what this looks like. You know, the thinking being that whoever created the storage hole, when the gobbets made the storage hole, they would have used different types of trees throughout the place, right? I mean, it does look a little bit weird, but when you think about it from a lore perspective, it kind of makes sense. Every now and then, one of these pillars is going to be slightly different, right? I mean, this looks a little bit watered down, but I kind of like that, man. I kind of like that. So I'm thinking about throwing up some of these different variations of pillars throughout the storage hole. I think that's going to work out real nice. And what I'd also like to do is add a little bit of I don't know how to explain it exactly, damage, I suppose, to the floor of the storage hole. Let's make a couple of dark oak wood stairs here also, so that we can have a little bit of variation here. And I'm thinking, like, you know, this place is being walked on over and over again. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, maybe the storage hole is you know, 50 years old, for example. The goblins have been living down here a while, right? And this floor is way too perfect for my liking, right? So what happens if we do a little something like this? Every now and then we throw in a stair, just like that, right? Just as if the planks here have been damaged. Maybe they've been walked on one too many times, and the goblins haven't quite got around to repairing them. Maybe we throw another one in there, right? And maybe we can throw another damaged bit of plankage over here, for example. And we need to make sure that is, of course, looking real good over there. So every now and then we got a little bit of damage, right, in the floor. And I think if we do this, it's going to add a little bit of interest into the build too, right? I mean, we want to be really gentle with this. So, for example, I think this one is probably too much. But every now and then we can throw in a little bit of a damaged floor situation. And with those two changes in mind, guys, I reckon we can take this place to the next level, just adding a little bit of block variation. Tell you what, let me get busy doing that, and we'll have a look at what it looks like in about 20 minutes or so. And then we're going to get down into the mines of the dog. We're going to get these mines functioning, my friends, and we're going to be doing some redstone. It's going to be sweet. Is this really necessary, creepers? I mean, honestly. Can't you just let a man gather resources in peace? Seriously, man. Hey, Creeper, I see you over there, dude. You think you're camouflaged in and amongst the foliage? Well, I got your number, man. Get out of here. Because if you blow up near me, I'm going to die. And give me your creeper poo too. Thank you. Anyway, guys, here I am out in the middle of nowhere near the dark oakwood forest. The Moleshire is in that direction somewhere. I'm out here to collect clay. And clay looks a little something like this. It's found underwater. Pretty much all over the place where there's water, you'll find clay. And I want to use a bit of clay today in the storage hole. I'm having a little bit of a creative epiphany while I've been working on adding some block variation into the storage hole, guys. And I remember one of you guys giving me a really cool idea to get a little bit of green into the storage hole. And I mean, there's lots of ways that we can get green into the storage hole. Not drowning is a good start. We could put some leaves in there. We could get some algae going in the storage hole. But you know what? The goblins take care of their homes, man. They don't let freaking algae and stuff grow all up in their business. Instead, I want to try find a more interesting way to get a bit of green into the storage. Okay, so I'm cooking up all of this clay in our furnaces in the mole hole, guys. And take a look at this, man. Clay bricks comes from clay, and they can actually make us some very interesting blocks. Number one, we can get this very cool looking block that looks a little something like that. That looks kind of cool, right? Maybe we can make use of that somewhere in our world. But more interestingly, I want to make something called a flower pot. And flower pots are really, really cool. If you've never seen one before, I want to try something. Does this work? That kind of works, but it looks a little bit funky, doesn't it? What we can put into flower pots, though, is, well, flowers and a whole bunch of other things too. But take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is going to be a really good way to get a little bit of green into the storage hole, I think. Let's get a few more of these bricks over here, make a few more of these pots for ourselves. And I don't actually know if I have any flowers around here. I definitely don't want to use dandelions. I don't like the dandelions very much. Do we have any like peyotes or any other interesting flower around here? Any oxeyes? No, nothing. Okay, good stuff. We might have to borrow a few from around the Moleshire over here. Let's borrow one of those for now. And I think there's an oxeye over here too that we can borrow. Actually, we might have a few flowers in one of these chests. We got the poppies, which I really don't like at all. Don't want to use any poppy action. And well, we don't really have anything else to use around here, which is kind of unfortunate. All right, not a problem. Can we actually put sugarcane into a flower pot? I don't actually know. I don't use flower pots very often in Minecraft, if I'm honest with you. Anyway, take a look at this, guys. I've been experimenting a little bit over here while I've been adding some block variation into the storage hole. What happens if we stick a bit of brick here, which adds a bit of gray into the palette, right? That looks pretty cool. Then I've added one of these trapdoors over here. And what happens if we do a little bit of this action, man? Get a little bit of flowers going in the storage hole. That looks really sweet, doesn't it? I like that, man. I like that. Let's make a couple more of these things over here. How did I make these again? I think it's like this, right? Yeah, let's make a few more of these wooden trapdoors. And I wonder if we can get sugarcane into a pot. I don't think we can. I know there's only a few certain things that you can put into a pot. Let's have a look. Okay, you can't put sugarcane into a pot. Can we stick grass into a pot? That's a very good question. I'm thinking about a little bit of grass might be quite interesting. I think I've got some shears here. Yeah, let's go get ourselves a little bit of grass, do a little bit of an experiment out here, guys. Let's have a look. I'm just going to pick up a piece of grass over here, this nice long grass. Here we go. And can we actually put the grass in the pot? I don't think we can. Okay, we can't. So it looks like it's only going to be flowers that go into pots. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Let me get a few of those thrown around the storage hole. I think that's going to look absolutely awesome, man. Oh, hi, Cyberdogs. What's cracking? Shall we get a bit of personal space up in here, man? A little bit too close for my liking. There we go. A flower potification of the storage hole, my friends, has now been completed. Oh, I do worry about my brain sometimes. Let's take a look at what the storage hole looks like now, guys. I've added a bunch of additions to it. I've added the dents in the floor, the different block types in the pillars, or the different log types anyway, and I've also added a bunch of flower pots around here using slabs instead of bricks. I think that looks great. Looks like a little bit of a shelf. But I gotta be honest, I'm not 100% sold on the flower option over here. What do you guys think about this, man? I've got flowers all the way through the storage hole, and I've also added a bunch of these different log types to the storage hole too. If you guys haven't noticed them while we've been running through, that means we've done our job, because that means that they're blending in rather nicely into the build. I hardly notice them at all, and I think they look really cool. I don't really notice these dents in the floor either, which is really good. So the place is sort of feeling a little bit more alive, isn't it? It's feeling a little less brown and woody. But yeah, the flowers and the flower pots, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Let me know in the comments what you think, okay? I'm gonna read the comments of this video very closely. Let's see how we feel about the flower potification up in the storage hole. Anyway, that's all I want to do in the storage hole for today's episode, my friends. I want to move on to something much more exciting than flower pots today, and for that, we're gonna have to head down into the mines of the dog. We were down here in the previous episode, guys. I am pleased to announce I have finished off this beautiful mine shaft off camera. Doesn't it look amazing? I pushed a lot of the leaves into the wall also, so a lot of you guys were mentioning that you didn't really like the leaves sticking out, but check this out. I actually made the leaves come out a little bit, and I think that's a really nice effect. It's almost like the vines are growing up the roof of the mine shaft. Look at this, man. Isn't it looking fantastic? I love it. Absolutely love it. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, today, guys, I want to work on a little bit of redstone magic. I want to figure out a way to automatically get all of the items that we are gathering from our mine up this thing all the way to the top and then delivered into our item chute automatically. And for that, we're going to need some redstone. I've got a little bit of resources here. I've got some rails, some powered rails, a bit of redstone, some chests, but unfortunately, our iron supplies are really low right now, guys. I'm going to need quite a lot of iron because we're going to need some hoppers for this too. So I think what I'm probably going to do now is just spend a little bit of time mining here in the sections that I've already mined. I need to get myself a stack of iron or so, and once I've got that, I'll come back with you guys, and we're going to put together a little bit of a redstone contraption down here, man. It's going to be absolutely sweet. That was a pretty decent mining session, guys. Got myself 51 iron ingots, a little bit of gold too, which is good. I also managed to get 7 diamond ore. Unfortunately, we can't get the diamonds out of this just yet, because, well, Terra's got silk touch, so Terra picked up the diamond ore blocks. I don't really want to break these diamond ore blocks until we have a fortune pickaxe. That's going to maximize the amount of diamonds that come out of that ore. But yeah, for now, we're completely diamondless, and that's a problem. The Derpinator is very slowly but surely dying. Anyway, I've been trying to figure out exactly how we are going to get all of the materials that we gather up here, all the way up this mine shaft, all the way up to the item delivery system at the top. And I think we're going to go really simple with this one, guys. I don't want to overcomplicate it. We might make it a little bit more interesting in the future, but for now, I want to keep it really simple. Take a look at this. I got a block over here with the button on the back of it. We got a powered rail in front of the block, and all we're going to do to activate this this railway line has hit that button, right? There we can see the minecart shoots off. Now, what we're going to be doing is setting up a very basic loading facility over here. We're going to turn the minecart into a minecart with a chest, and let's plonk that over here. And what I'd like to do is make a few hoppers with the iron that I've got. Do we have hoppers here in the recipe book? Yes, we do. I probably need to make as many hoppers as possible, actually. I'm going to make maybe, yeah, let's make 8 hoppers just in case we need a little bit more iron. Now, the interesting thing that we can do over here, guys, is we can actually set up a hopper directly above this minecart with the chest, and this hopper will actually feed this minecart with the chest with items. Pretty cool, right? Take a look at this. Let's drop that in there, and if we were to drop some stone in here, you can see that that's starting to fill up that minecart with stone. Really, really sweet. Now, we can take this one step further too by adding a double chest on top of this hopper over here. Let's just throw a double chest on top of this bad boy like that. And now we've got a very basic and simple loading system over here, right? That actually doesn't work because there's a block above the double chest. There we go. Now, if we were mining all of these resources, for example, we could just drop all of them into this double chest up here, and that'll slowly but surely fill the minecart down here. Now, when the minecart is full, of course, we're going to need to manually hit this button to send the minecart on its way, and eventually we will find a way to automate this. But for now, I'm kind of happy with this, right? I think this looks pretty good. And what we can do now is work on exactly how we're going to get the items out of the minecart when it's at the top into a system that is going to be delivering the items into the item delivery aqueduct up there, all automagically. So here's where the redstone magic begins, my friends. Oh, I'm excited. All right, it's official. My brain is starting to hurt, Cyberdogs. This redstone is starting to get a little bit complicated over here. The good news is, though, I think I may have cracked the nut on this. I think I've figured out exactly how we're going to set this system up. Basically, what we're trying to achieve is for this minecart, this with the chest in it, it's going to be carrying all the stuff that we've mined down below. We want this minecart to arrive at a position over here, and for all of those items to be automatically spat into this aqueduct, which is going to deliver those items all the way to the end, and then it's going to get pushed up through the item elevator into the storage hole, right, as we set up a couple of episodes ago. Now, there's a couple of things that we need to solve to make this happen. Number one, we need to make sure that the items get taken out of the chest cart and into the river over here, and we're going to be doing that with a dispenser over here. So this dispenser is set up in exactly the same way as it was set up for the item delivery chute, but instead of the items going up an item elevator, they're just going to get spat into the water stream over here, right? So I think we also have to ensure that those items don't actually fly all over the place. So let's just make sure that the items go directly into the water chute and nowhere else. So we'll make like a little cover for them over here, right? Perfect. By the way, guys, I know it's looking super ugly. Right now, I'm just focusing on getting the redstone working, and then next episode, maybe we can work on this entire area to make it look a little bit better. But for now, I want to try and keep it nice and clean so I know exactly what is going on around here, right? So the brain doesn't derp too much. We should probably change some of these blocks over here also for some slabs, just to make everything look nice and neat, so that my brain can function correctly. Okay, so number one, that task has been completed, and if you guys can remember, we've got a comparator next to this hopper feeding the dispenser that is going to be triggering every time an item passes through the system, and that dispenser is now spitting those blocks out, and there they go. Okay, perfect. So that system's working. Next up, we need to figure out a way to get this chest minecart over here to send the items into the dispenser, right? I've got a line of hoppers, a chain of hoppers over here, and what I want to do is I want to stop my minecart in this position over here, right? So this hopper is going to be receiving all of the items from the chest minecart and sending them into the dispenser. So let's set up a block over here that's going to stop that minecart. We'll stick a powered rail over here like this, and if we send this minecart in this direction, it should stop in that position. Okay, perfect. Nice. So if there are items in here, let's just put some stone in here. That should be going into the system. Yes, perfect. And that's getting spat into the aqueduct. Lovely. This is not good, though. That's actually a good spot over there. We need to make sure that all of these blocks here are filled up here, right? So that those blocks don't get trapped like that. So let's just make sure that everything is nice and secure over here. All right, perfect. That should work. That should work out well. Okay, so now, next step is to get this minecart to return back to its original loading position once it is empty of blocks, right? Right now, it's sort of stuck here, and that's going to be kind of annoying. We don't want to have to come up here every time to manually release release this thing. And we can actually do this in a rather clever way. Check this out, right? We're going to have a look at this hopper over here. We're going to use a comparator to have a look at what's going on in this hopper. So as long as things are traveling through this hopper, we are going to get a signal in this comparator, right? So as long as this thing is dropping items into the hopper, you can see that there's a signal coming through this comparator over here. Let's send that signal into a block, and on top of that block, let's put a redstone torch like so. Okay, so now when items go through this thing, that torch is going to get turned off. Did you see that? That torch actually got turned off. So there is a moment when there's nothing in the hopper that this redstone torch is going to be turned off, and we can use that little second of turn offage, if that's the correct term, to actually get our powered rail powered up, right? So let's add another block here above that redstone torch, and now a little bit of redstone on top of this thing over here. And minecart, dude, you freaking idiot! Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to go fetch him. Anyway, let's have a look at this now, right? Let's throw some items in here. And while this hopper is working, as you guys can see, this redstone torch gets turned off, which is turning this powered rail off. But as soon as this hopper has no more items in it, of course, it gets turned back on again, and that is going to send the minecart off in this direction. And of course, the minecart itself will be empty because it would have emptied itself into the hopper below it, right? So there we go. The hopper's empty, and now the minecart returns to its original loading position. And that, my friends, I believe... Oh, hi! What's up, dude? That he should have stopped over here. Why did he not stop? There's something not quite right over here, I think. Oh, I see. The minecart didn't stop here because it actually didn't deliver anything into the hopper. It should definitely stop, though, if it has items inside of the mine chest or the minecart chest itself, right? So let's stick a couple of items in there, and yeah, there we go. You can see that it actually stopped there, right? So the problem is down at the bottom where the minecart is actually not stopping down there, and it's not stopping down there is because there is another minecart chilling in that position right now. Okay, so in theory, our system should be working now, guys. This is very exciting. Should we put this to the test one final time? Yeah, let's do this. And I'm going to use the miner minecart too to test this thing out once and for all. Let's drop off some stone that we've mined out of here. That should be delivered into the hopper minecart. Yep, that's looking real good. And once that has completed, we are going to manually release our hopper minecart over here, or our chest cart. Jeez, I keep saying it wrong. It's a freaking chest cart, okay? There we go. Now we're happy. We want this stuff to be delivered to the storage hole, so let's hit the button. There it goes all the way up the chute, and us, the miner, we can follow suit, and we can travel all the way up our mine shaft. Oh man, that's so awesome. It's a little bit slow, but that's okay. And oh, I forgot to put a redstone torch under that powered rail. That's okay. Let's go over here and have a look. This is ticking away. Looks like the items are getting spat into the aqua delivery duct thingy. Aqueduct. Wow, those were not English words, but the excitement is real, guys. The system is working. This thing is pumping away, sending all of the items into our system, and let's help it along its way. It's going a little bit slowly, right? Let's take some of those out of the inventory for it, and hopefully when that finishes loading the items, it's going to go back to its original position to be loaded once again by the miner ReNDoG. And my friends, we now have a functioning, working, freaking mine in Minecraft. And it is awesome. And I'm super happy right now, guys. This is so freaking sweet. But unfortunately, guys, we've run out of time today, man. This redstone's taken up the majority of the time for the episode. But I hope you have enjoyed it. It's coming together real nice. I know it looks janky. We're going to make it look better, right? I just wanted to get the redstone system working, and it seems to be working really, really sweet. So I'm super happy. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, man. If you enjoyed the episode, you know what to do. You smackity smack that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you smackity smack the subscribe button. And if you haven't been watching the previous episodes, oh, I'm angry, your butt and this redstone got a date with destiny. And let me tell you something, redstone tingles, and not in the nice way. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. ReNDoG signing out. We'll smell you all in the next episode.